busy Athlon Drive in southern Canberra, and it has two stone walls, one located over there and one on the opposite side of the road here. And they're the only outward representation of an 1870s stone structure in the ACT left, and thousands of cars drive past them every day, and I wonder how many people actually know what they are. Well, this is the ACT government's representation of the Tuggeranong boundary wall. It's actually a little bit further up there. We'll go and have a look at it now. The wall's hidden away on the western side of the Tuggeranong Town Centre. The line of this wall marks the 1836 boundary of the property Waniassa in today's Australian Capital Territory. In the 1860s it transferred to the owner of Tuggeranong, or Lanyon at the time, Cunningham, and it became the boundary wall between the great properties of Tuggeranong to the south and Yarralumla to the north. It was built in the old English fashion of fieldstone, and it's a rare example of this in Australia, let alone in the ACT. It extends for about 1.8 kilometres, and it's believed it was built probably by Chinese labour, as the convict era was over by that time, and was constructed between the years of 1867 and 1875. The wall has its good sections, all standing about 1.5 metres tall, but then we move on down a little bit and the wall becomes a little bit less structural. This section shows a degraded bit, animal access through there no doubt, and then it slowly picks up in height again. In the early 1900s, something unique to Australia was that the area was being overrun with rabbits, and it was actually legislation that rabbit-proof fences were to be erected, and this is an example of exactly that. It was run alongside the boundary wall to keep rabbits out, basically. There's still mesh down here. I don't think it's ever going to be replaced, so that's deteriorated over the years, but it's still interesting to see. It's just an example of the wire that's left at the bottom, and simply a post. Disturbing a few roos as I go along. There's a big fella there in the bush. A few kangaroos, he's not moving. Oh, he's thinking about it now. This is the section of reconstructed wall that goes off down to the river. Well, that's the Tuggeranong boundary wall. It shows that everything in Canberra's not bright, shiny and new, so well worth coming down and having a look at, and I'll put some details on how to get here on the end of the video. Cheers. wonder how many of these rocks are sitting in Canberra garden beds from the 70s.